Hello and welcome back to Sunless Sunday, where we sail the Sunless Sea with me, Bardon, and Lady Sakura. Okay, so we're speaking to the tireless mechanic here, and we want to allow him to enjoy his sleep. Might be messy, he warns you. Could you have a couple of strong sailors standing by? Tell them to snap the box shut when the trouble begins. He holds up a bottle of laudanum. I will be sleeping deeply. Okay, so let's do that. Messy indeed. When nothing seems to be happening, you take to your own bunk, but a roar from the clayman brings you sprinting back to the mechanic's cabin. You fling open the door. The man's eyes seethe with vitric flame. It's struggling against the efforts of the sailors to restrain it. As you rush to assist, it smashes one sailor against the wall with terrible force, but the other manages to snap the box closed. Instantly the man goes stiff, a lifeless clay statue. The vitric glow now pulsates from the box. In the bunk, the mechanic sleeps on, his face wreathed in dreamy smiles. He will sleep so until morning. So we gained a mirror box full of very angry snakes. We now have 2. Okay, and we learned that the mechanic stole a secret from the dreams of stone pigs. Okay, interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, we have 2 of these now, though. Okay. So when we finish the storyline, we could sell them for 1,000 echoes each, which is very, very nice. So I'm happy about that. But what is the next stage on his one? I think we just talk to him when he wakes up. So we let him have a sleep. And then, yeah, when we can, we'll talk to him again. Right. I think we're ready to go. So we're going to set out. And we're going to go to low Bardon. And then there should be something that we can close off there as well. I feel kind of it's weird. I feel like we're carrying too many echoes, and that maybe we're gonna be like raided by pirates or something, that are gonna just take all of our echoes. Let's get down below, get into low Bardon, and we can move things on there. Probably should have sold my low Bardon port report, because we could have just easily got a new one. I don't know why I didn't do that, but it's too late now. Okay, let's stop the engines. And in we go. Okay. Okay, let's trade stories with the congregation. Your appearance and bearing attract attention. They are eager for new tales. Okay. So now we can speak of all of these places. Let's see how this works out. At Low Barnet, every day animosities are set aside in pursuit of a fine tale. Cagnian traders mingle with Royal Navy deserters, rum-addled pirates and rubbery men. There is an air of anticipation and a tolerance for embellishment. Okay, let's speak of Ant. Its memory still gleams, crystal clear. You talk of consuming desire and mornings where every moment gleams with promise. You talk about broken vows and a love shattered, about a heart growing sharp as a barber's razor. You talk about how clearly we see the passions of others, while obscuring our own motives. The listening sailors cast their eyes down, looking into the past. Let's speak of Hideaway. There is little need to exaggerate. Urban adventures. You speak of the city on the back of the beast. It is difficult to find, for it roams throughout the undersea, above the waves and below. It scorched its belly on Mount Palmerston and snapped the top from Massey's Shaft. It blocked the harbour at Adam's Way and gave birth to the Grand Geode. Why, last you heard it was making for London. Gave birth to the Grand Geode, that's a good one. Okay, next let's speak of Nook. Ivories. Focus on something besides its illicit commerce. You describe an immense mouth, set into the sea floor, its rows of razor teeth. Few know this, you say, but during the Mordicailia festival, the Nook dwellers push on the teeth, playing them like the ivories of a gargantuan piano. And then the maw sings a shuddering, bellowing dirge, which causes whirlpools on the surface. The listening sailors frown. One unfolds a chart. Okay, next is Rosegate. It's an exceptional cigar shop, luxuriously rolled. You describe the gleaming cabinets of cigars, the impressions of far-flung places conjured by each puff, the uplifting bite of freshly cut grass under surface sun, the dark whiff of lightless cellars stacked with mushroom wine, the sweating, savage scents of London's flesh pots. Your audience inhales in unison, savouring imaginary smoke. Okay, next is wait, why can't we talk about the rest? Enough for now. Okay, let's participate in another contest of stories. At the altar there, recruiting storytellers, and your life is fascinating. Okay, so let's tell them of Dahut. And the thin membrane separating his lies from his truth. You tell of Dahut's deceptions, how the moon glow of perfect porcelain skin conceals doughy flesh the colour of milk on the turn, how the slender marble pillars are only columns of crooked brick, crumbling, encroached by hungry coral, how an unearthly liturgy masks banality, nonsense, drudgery, and emptiness. The audience shudders. They declare you the victor. Okay, cool. Now, what are we going to do? Let's access the bell tower. The vergers step aside. One salutes. Do not do this. Okay, ask about the bell. A shadowy space extends above your head. You can glimpse the rim of the bell, a dim circle of bronze. Ropes trail from its mouth. They're wet. The vergers seem more talkative now. A resonant delivery. One of the vergers glances up into the tower's heights. The other studies the prongs of his trident. Bell was here before we were. It was not from the surface. Royal Navy brought it, they say. But not regulars, deserters or something. Strange crew. What happens when you ring it? He exchanges glances with his companion. If you ring it, you'll find out. But it says do not do this, so probably not. Let's examine it. A ladder runs up one side of the tower, a dark ascent. You scale the tower wall, feeling for each rung in the darkness. The ladder creaks. The bell ropes sway gently at your back as you ascend. Soon you're within reach of the bell. The metal shape is colossal in the confined space. Its exterior still shiny despite presumably years beneath the sea. You lean over to look inside. The clapper is covered in a dark residue, and the interior seems soft, blackened, wrinkled, covered in pieces of... Suddenly you know what happened to those who ring the bell. So do not ring the bell is a very good idea. Okay. Smuggle in the wandering parson. The verger look like forbidding, but they might fall for an ingenious ruse. Do we want to do this? I want to see what happens, so I'm going to try. Not fooled. A leak in the transept. The verger shakes his head. We inspect the seals every morning. What you might be seeing is bladder beetles. Always a problem down here. Body like a jellyfish. Sting like a jellyfish. Swarm like jellyfish. Would if there were 2,000 of them. If you see something that looks like a leak down here, don't put your fingers in it. Oh yeah, and they get inside the zubs too. The parson lingers behind a nearby pillar, disappointed. Okay, well we tried. Let's try again. Failed. Okay, we're going to try again. Yay, we succeeded. Okay, good. Misdirected. You suggest refitting the rose window as a docking port. The vergers cannot resist explaining to you why that would not work, with reference to pressure differentials and stress points. Behind you, the parson slips into the bell tower. You step back inside just in time to see him seize the bell rope with both hands and give an almighty pull. Bong! His expression of fascination is replaced by wide-eyed terror as the rope hauls him at breathtaking speed up the tower and inside the bell. There is a brief scream, a damp crunch. Coins shower you, along with a bracing, dizzy drizzle of gore. You won't be collecting a second fare from the wandering parson, but he had a surprising amount of pocket change. Okay, so we got more terror, and we got 250 echoes. The parson has been devoured by the bell of Low Barnet. Cool. We are not ringing that bell, I'm sorry. Let's leave the bell tower. Right. What else have we got here then? We're not going to go to the bell tower again. We have 100 there, so we're not going to get him. Well, he's dead anyway, but there's no way of recruiting another one. Can we trade any more stories? No, that's... Oh, hang on. We can. Right, let's speak of Scrimshander. You will have to relate the carvings to your audience somehow. Ivory and ink. Your story is a bold one, that every mark ever made on seafaring skin appears, unexplained, on the walls of Ivory City. You move among the listeners, gesturing to their tattoos. The Wheel of Mists. They'd find that etched above an aquifer. The gambit, scratched into a nameless catacomb. And the unflinching eye, well, that is only found at the city's heart. But your listeners will have to visit and see for themselves. Okay, and then let's do the next one. The Undercrow. Wings for water. You talk of the gut moth, which inhabits every sailor, and provide their nautical instincts. That taste in the throat, which heralds a storm front. The ability to digest food even on choppy sea. The welcome fluttering in the stomach at the sign of a sweetheart on shore. Moths in the gut, growing all the time. Your listeners shift in their seats. One hurries out, clutching his mouth. Okay, cool. Then the last one, let's speak of Rack. New heights. You describe a city built from shipwrecks. A colossal, tipsy tower, lashed together by sentient weeds. The weeds command the city's inhabitants to wreck more and build higher. The tower has already broken the surface and is extending towards the cavern roof. Only last week, it caught its first dirigible. Okay, cool. And I think that's where we're done there, and we're also done for this video. So I hope you enjoyed, hope you're keeping safe out there, and hope to see you next time. Goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button there on the right, or checking out some other videos here on the left, or perhaps you might even share with some friends.